Hey, I'm Smirky, and during the Blast Premier 4 Groups 2024, Ninjas in Pyjamas went up against Cloud9 on Ancient. And on Ancient, they ran a 4B setup during their CT pistol, which I've seen is pretty meta throughout Tier 1 teams. In this pistol, we're going to have 4 players towards B and 1 player in mid. The player in mid will just be collecting information in mid and can easily rotate to A if he needs to check anything or there's noise. For the players on B, we have a player juggling cave, we have these 2 players in a crossfire, and we have Rez playing behind pillar ready with a HE. If the Ts decide to execute B, you should be able to hold the site very easily. However, if it's A, you might have a bit more of a difficult time, but you might be able to retake A by going through Donut and CT. Our first player is Rez. Rez will get dropped to HE and will play behind pillar. As soon as the Ts throw any util onto the site, Rez can bounce this HE off ramp, can deal massive damage to Ts who are trying to come up ramp shortly after throwing their util. At this point, he can play behind the pillar and play for his team who are in the crossfire. Alex will be playing cave, and he will buy a smoke, a flash, and a kit. Alex in this round will be playing towards cave and will just be jiggling with the smoke. If he sees anyone inside of cave, he can easily smoke the entrance. But when the Ts throw util onto the site, he will smoke the entrance, allowing all of his team to focus on ramp, locking cave out. After throwing the smoke, he will get this flashbang ready to land behind pillar, making it much difficult for the Ts to use momentum and numbers to overwhelm the site. It is worth noting if the Ts don't execute B and decide to execute A, you can use your util for the retake. Our next player is Wrinkle. Wrinkle will buy body armor and will get dropped a pair of jewelries. From spawn, he will make his way all the way to cubby and play anti-flash, playing in a crossfire with his teammate, ready for any Ts to run up ramp. But he can still play off his teammate on pillar, and his teammate on short will go through the smoke. Our last B player is maxster. Maxster will buy a HE and drop it to Rez, and he will buy a pair of jewelries and give them to Wrinkle. At this point, he makes his way to short and can play in a crossfire with his teammate in cubby. Unfortunately, he will get smoked out, but when his cave player throws the flash, he will peek afterwards, fighting players on ramp. Our last player is Isak. Isak will buy body armor and will just be in control of collecting information on mid and A. It's up to you on how you want to do this, but when the Ts throw a decoy into A, he will make his way over to check. At this point, he plays kind of back and forth, collecting information on mid and A. But when the Ts execute B, he will make his way over. But when he makes his way to alley, he still keeps an eye on house, ensuring his teammates on B can't get flanked. In this round, the pistol strat worked really well, as Cloud9 execute onto the B site, but there may be a scenario when the Ts execute onto A. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this pistol is a very common setup that Tier 1 pros are running for their CT side on Ancient. Case in point, Cloud9 also did something very similar against NIP, but in this round no one came to B and the Ts executed onto the A site. I feel like Cloud9 was a little bit slow in this round to react to the Ts planting on A, and I don't know if that's because Axel just didn't get the information, but Cloud9 unfortunately do get chewed up due to them all going through CT. Personally, I would have liked to see them utilize Donut and CT together.